Right here. Okay, Reacher, episode 8, season 3, the finale. It's called
We made it.
Unfinished Business because it's unfinished. It kind of feels like this is one of the situations like almost like Daredevil Born Again where you have two back to back. It just feels like episode 7 goes right into 8, almost like they're a two-parter.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a season finale of something, especially a season finale that's based off of an already established IP, like the Reacher books are, there's expectations and there's things that people are hoping they don't see. So there's things
Mm,
they're hoping they do see, hoping that they don't see. I can tell you that I went into this episode, it dropped for me. It dropped last night because I'm on a delay with the Plex Pass, but it dropped for me early last evening, and I watched it before I went out to dinner.
oh,
And I'm not gonna lie, dude, I was a little concerned because
mm,
the last episode, as I indicated in our last review, really did not make me feel great about
mm,
the whole thing. I was like, man, are they really going off the rails?
hmm,
And, at the end of this episode, like I promised, I'll do the whole breakdown of how the book Persuader from 2003
mhm.
differs from the season
Okay,
Persuader. And we can do that. But I
sure.
just I was not happy last episode. And this one, I was kind of filled with like, dude, are they gonna shit the bed? Is this gonna go off the rails?
Mm.
So I guess we'll figure out, because I've not talked to you. We've not
No,
talked to each other about what we thought
I
about
just
the
I just
episode per
woke up.
se. So yeah, and me pretty much too. So I guess we're gonna find out together what we each
Well,
thought.
yeah, and I always say about being balanced, and I respect that, like, because some people would shit all over this. I think we've been fair. We always are, like you said, episode 7. You were critical about it, but not in a bad way. Being be honest with your criticisms, either praise it or shit on it, or kind of in the middle. And I think we did a
Yeah.
pretty good job of that.
I mean, when you have the episode before the final episode, they call that the penultimate episode. It's
Yeah,
very difficult. You have to keep up the momentum, but you don't want to turn it into two different season finales. Like Buffy season 4 did that, where they
yeah,
had the season finale where she fights the robot monster guy, and then the
mhm,
next episode was still season 4, and it was like a epilogue episode almost, but it was like a whole nother season finale. And it can work, but
mm,
like I said, this is based on a book. People have read the book. They have expectations of what they expect to see. So you kind of have to you have to balance that between the two things.
yeah.
And it's just one of those things where I was just like, ugh, please, please, please don't shit. Like all week long, I've been like,
Yeah.
please, Reacher, don't shit the bed on the last
Well,
episode.
after we're done, we'll definitely do like our final thoughts on this season. And guys like RT and Z been watching us and appreciate the support, dude. And yeah, we've been, I think,
Yeah,
pretty.
facts. Thanks, guys.
We've been pretty critical, but also fair as I think we can be. So
I think we're pretty fair. I think
yeah,
we are pretty.
definitely.
We are definitely not the birthday clown YouTubers. We are definitely, we don't always agree, and we don't have to. Like, do you really want to watch a show where blue collar just says, "Hey man, this sucks," and I go, "Hey man, that sucked. I agree." Like, let's
Or
not.
also the opposite of toxic. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Please, it's 10 out of 10. It's got no flaws. That's just
Sure,
as dull, because in
sure, yeah,
some people like Chris Duckman, I will never say anything bad about anybody. Like,
yeah. That's
that,
not a yeah. You have no teeth if
yeah,
you're a reviewer that's not going to say anything bad, even if it's something that you like.
mm,
I mean, me. Like, I love Reacher. I love the concept of Reacher.
yeah,
I love the books. I love all of that stuff. So this is,
yeah.
when I have to kind of shit on an episode, it doesn't make me feel good to do it.
Mm. Well, so I didn't capture the entire recap, but I always respect recaps because it's usually a little 1 minute segment. It tells you what's about to
Sure,
happen. Obviously,
sure,
right here, Reacher getting fucking slapped once by Paulie because, well, this is episode 8, the finale. Everyone's been waiting for the massive epic finale because we knew it was coming. Where Reacher versus Paulie, which is it's gonna happen. Hit him one time. Okay, Quinn. Well, the Russians. He's got some guns. Don't worry, get your damn money. Obviously, freaking Beck lost a fucking ear. And basically, we come to find out that Quinn is supporting terrorists with guns, you piece of shit.
shocker.
Oh, I'd say Teresa, boy, she got all drugged out. As you said last week, I respected that. Like you said, even my dad did every drug in a plan. He goes, Chris, needles fuck with me. And my dad did acid, coke, fucking you name it. But he's like, I
Yikes.
can't. He's like, yeah, it was the fucking 70s, but he's like, needles though, boy, I can't. Needles, even creepy shit. Yeah, Beck and his son having a pretty good father-son moment. That was a good scene. He tried, bonding and this gun. It's cool that he got his old man the toy gun. Reacher, I'm trusting you. Reacher and Duffy, boy, she wanted. Reacher, lay with me, Reacher. He gave it to her. ATF, okay, they got involved, and okay, Duffy, you fucked up, but okay, we're getting involved here. Yep, it's Beck's fucking birthday. It's been a big thing. Right here, Reacher, he's freaking about to take care of Quinn, and oh shit, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
I should have got a soundbite for that too.
You should have had a soundbite for that one. Maybe you can add it in post later. There's your trap.
That's true. Yeah, actually, well, I'll download that for upload this. It's a trap. But
There's your trap.
yeah, so Reacher's, he's fucking surveying the field, and Neely's on the phone. Reacher, answer me. What the fuck is going on? Even Beck's like, what's going on? They don't realize, and all these guys are slowly creeping up on the ATF guys, and you're like, man, they're about to get fucking ambushed.
Yeah.
Shit. Reacher, he knows more than me, man. He's a pretty goddamn good sniper, which I didn't know because I never really seen his sniping skills so far in the series. And
you didn't see? I thought you said you'd seen the Tom Cruise movies.
Well, I'm saying, so far in the show.
But you do know that the Tom Cruise movies are.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I said,
Reacher's a two-time world champ rifle competition.
Yeah. But it's something because I'm so used to Alan Richardson being this big hulking fucking beast, like just him being.
No, he's good with a rifle. Yeah, no, he's good with a rifle.
These fucking fuckers off like oh shit, and all headshots too. He's not playing like oh, God
no,
damn.
He ain't playing. And
Duffy and Billy, drive, Billy, drive. We get the fuck out of here. And
can I take a second and just say that I like the whole juxtaposition of Reacher sniping from afar, cool, calculated, one shot, one kill type situation, and Billy and Duffy are kind of just bouncing around in the tech van. Like, let's try to do, they're throwing it together. Cause they're cops, but they're not like, usually they, people like them, they go in, if they move on somebody, they've got an entire SWAT team of door kickers and goons with them. So I like that. I like that they don't because like, I will tell you this, as much as everybody applauds season 1 as being maybe the best season, and I'm not in a position to really disagree. I did not like in season 1 in the finale where everybody turned into a tactical genie. Even the accountant guy was popping headshots and stuff. You know what I mean? Like Finley was just an investigator. Like, why is he all of a sudden going tactical with a vest and an AR? And you know what I mean? Like if it's Neely and Reacher, yeah, sure, I'm there for it all day. But then when it's like, Roscoe, Finley, and the accountant dude were all like turning into special forces, I was like, no, I don't like. So I think they've definitely improved that. I like that they're not like bumbling around doing like really bad stuff, but they're not, you know what I mean? Like they're not 18 level, like throwing it out there. They're kind of relying on Reacher to go. Now, here's a question I have for you. This is usually when you ask me a question. Did I miss a scene? Did he run out of ammo with the sniper rifle? Why is he down on the ground he was doing fine with the rifle. Why did he get down with the pistol and get into what was the point of that?
I'm assuming I get a headcanon the fact that he only had enough ammo. He ran out of ammo because he was there to kill Quinn in one headshot. He wasn't expecting an ambush. That's
a good point. No, that's a good point, actually.
I paused on purpose because I always ask you about realism versus movies. When Reacher's running, like, you notice he's holding the gun like this. Is that tactical to hold it on the side?
No, okay. That's weird. That's like a TV affectation thing. If you put your weapon to the side, the only reason you should do that is if you have like a shield in front of it.
Okay.
Or you have some like you're bracing it on something else. It's always better to, that weird pivot to the side thing that's making a comeback in TV shows and movies. That's weird. I've never seen it done in any shooting competitions. I've never.
Yeah. Because it's one thing. Because recently, obviously John Wick does, but that's also John Wick. John Wick can do crazy.
Yeah,
shit
but John Wick does it like it's like usually when he's going around a corner or something like that. Like Reacher was just right there on flat land. Nothing was in front of him. So and John Wick only does it for like a second or two. And like Reacher's like I've seen like 2 or 3 times when I cringed watching him move with the weapon and he was like turning the weapon. I think it's like an affectation that actors pick up and it's like, hey, you got to do something that makes it look cooler. Like you're actually doing something more. But really you want to look at your front sight and just go forward. Like shooting to the side. I like this. I like this little scene here.
Yeah, both like
him and the goon. And the goon is they each don't know the other person is there.
Yep.
Until like the very last second, it's just whoever's faster.
Yeah. And poor freaking Beck's hiding. I did like the fact that Reacher, once he's out of handgun ammo, he's constantly picking up ammo, which is
why is Beck? Yeah, no, that's actually really good tradecraft. Why is Beck not having a weapon? Like he's such a gun guru, and then like this episode where he needs a gun the most, and I'll get, we'll hit on
Yeah,
that again later. Like, why
mm.
is he not with a weapon? Like, I don't get it.
I guess, well, he was there to broker the deal, so he wasn't expecting it. Man,
But still, why not have a gun?
because he's Beck.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, but he goes, so he tells Reacher, "Hey, listen, obviously Quinn set us both up." Duffy's like, "Where the hell's Teresa at? That's all I care about is Teresa." And he brought her to the
Where's
party.
Teresa? I got to
Yep.
get her home and get us some chowder
Okay.
with a grandmother.
This guy was texting Quinn, like, "Hey, Quinn." He's like, "Oh, no, delete that motherfucker." He's like, all good, boss. We're heading
All
back
good.
home."
Yeah, it's
Yep.
all good.
Samsung. All right. And Neely, of course, Neely followed the truck guys to Beck's party, and boy, she's like, "Look," and again, that minigun. I wonder if that minigun will have any part in this episode to play.
It's not a minigun. It's M240 Bravo.
Oh, what's the difference? I'm sorry.
A minigun is like got a cylindrical thing, and it has to have a big battery pack. And M240 Bravo's what's called like a squad automatic weapon. It's like a heavy weapon, like your machine gunner on your team would have.
Yeah.
So a minigun is like what's like attached to the helicopter, or in movies like Predator and Predators, like the guys walking around with it, or Terminator 2, which you couldn't do because it needs a big battery pack. But
yeah, but Neil was talking to Reacher about what happened. Ambush, ATF got fucked up. Basically, everyone got killed. All the ATF agents are down. Like, oh shit. And Duffy's just saying, we have to get to Quinn. We have to hurry up because what he's probably gonna do is, get his money, run, kill the kid, and just get the fuck out of there and go somewhere else. Where I could snipe Paulie. I mean, well, you couldn't blame her, but the problem is that kind of noise, sniping Paulie is gonna make a big fucking after effect, and don't want to set everybody off. I say and so how do we get in? Basically, Duffy's like, and Reacher, let's go back. Let's sneak inside the trucks. There we go. And let's say, well, call the local cops. We can't. They're fucking 40 minutes away. Can't wait that long. All right. Well, Reacher's like, we go there, then me, I'll take care of Quinn. Like that dialogue to Wes. What we can do with fucking Paul? We're gonna knock him off the Empire State Building with some biplanes. Of course, Reacher's like, leave him for me. Oh shit. Reacher wants his revenge because he's like, I owe him one because he hurt my pride and smacked me. But who the fuck is driving the truck? Reacher? Poor fucking Billy. You hear the fucking gears grinding?
yeah, is that accurate to bus and truck driving?
Of course it is. Yes, you can tell that poor fat bastard's not used to doing that. Hey, Reacher, why is Billy driving for? I'd kill the other driver. The fucking driver's like,
okay, well, I'll do what you tell me to. Please don't kill me.
It's just
Carl, that kills people. Carl,
dude, his deadpan delivery. I'd kill the other driver.
To him,
yes,
and I stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Carl, that kills people.
Oh,
It's just a fucking Reacher.
That kills people, Reacher. Yep.
But I thought you said you knew how to drive this damn thing. I said my father was a trucker. Fuck you, old man. I love you, kid. Love you too. As soon as we both said, I love you, kid, where is it? I should have this stuff ready. Here we go. I love you too, kid.
This is the this is the moment when I was like, okay, so he's not going to make it through the end of the episode.
Yeah.
They're going to kill him.
Quinn's talking to the Russian guys. I apologize for shipping delays. Don't worry. I've got you a present, a gift, a nice coked out redhead.
So weird. It's so weird. He could have gotten a high class escort, like with all their. That's such a weird plot point that they. I'm just not buying it.
I like the Russians. Her hair is like fire. Oh, she's so beautiful, and
it's not though. Her hair's not like fire. She's like a mid redhead at best. Like I'm not getting.
You're definitely better with the Russian accent. You the Americans always about business.
You Americans always about prioritizing business.
Disturbingly good, actually.
But I want to go to the room and see this four redhead and make her look at my trophy.
Yeah, they show up. He's like, don't alert Paulie because if you alert Paulie, we're gonna fucking kill you. And okay. I did like how fucking Billy, you can tell that the back truck, it's small details. The truck is like almost missing the turns and fucking up. He runs over a bush right there. Like, you idiot. It's so obvious you shouldn't be driving this shit. But what do we do with this new driver, Reacher? We leave him behind. They're narking us in 5 minutes. Reacher's like, you better hope that I find some rope back here, kid. And the guy's just like,
gulp.
Yeah, really. And she's like, right there, fuck you. Yeah, you Beck. If you tell me a thing, I will fucking stab you in the ass right here.
Carl, that kills people, Carl.
especially stabbing him in the ass.
To him.
Yes.
And I stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Carl, that kills people.
I gotta download it myself. Well, I know I care about your son, but my CI is more important. Like, we get it, Teresa's more important, geez, but he doesn't want his kid to die, you bitch. But she means it. She'll stab right in the shitter. It's fucking stupid the way he said it though. But yeah, we can't shoot Paulie the Hairman side. What do we do about fucking Paulie? Reacher, yeah, tell Paulie apologize. Wait, are you kidding me? He's like, I couldn't find any rope.
Yikes.
That poor look at the driver just like, damn, Reacher, would you snap his neck, you sick bastard? All right.
It's so
Well-
funny how in the books it comes off as like really psychotic behavior,
Yeah.
but with Richardson is able to, inject, and Luke and I have discussed this in length as well as you and I have, but Richardson is able to inject so much of his humor into this performance that
It's so deadpan too.
you kind of forgive the shenanigans. I mean, honestly, it is brutal, the stuff that he does, but it's true to form for what the book is like. But Richardson is able to be very charming in the way that he does it. So
Yes.
you kind of, it gets glossed over. Whereas when you read the books, you're like, geez, that was kind of unnecessary, but okay.
Well, he tells the team, guys, get the fuck out of here. Now it's me and Paulie, one-on-one, mano-a-mano. Paulie opens up the door, and what's Reacher do? Grabs a fucking belt. And I'm like, yeah, dude, this ain't gonna be a fucking easy fight, especially
How much was this like? It was like the They Live fight with the two, with Rowdy Piper and David Keith, just like nonstop.
Well,
Just like you think it's over and it just keeps going.
Well, the
It's
thing I
just, like,
love because
nonstop fight. Go ahead.
before we get into it's like Reacher so far has been the big hulking figure or powers guys. And
Oh,
he thinks,
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna choke out fucking Paulie. That immediately fucking Paulie he gets him a little bit, but fucking throws him over. And as you said, now they're on a fucking ground. They're just going back and forth. And yeah, but they enter, and of course Quinn tells Neely, okay, go find Quinn. We have to fucking change suits. And of course Beck's like, I'm gonna go up and get my kid. And Neely's like, you can't go up there, you moron. He ordered a hit on you. If you show up, it's gonna be kind of obvious. And yeah, like you said, man, those fucking two going back and forth. Beck is breaking down his house. He tells Billy, go find my son, Neely. You can go be undercover, get to Quinn and the buyers and shit. And she's like, basically, shut the fuck up, Beck. Listen to Neely and Billy. He'll go get your kid. Let the guy do his job.
I do like the fact that, like, I mean, it's a little contrived, but Neely putting on the makeshift waiter server uniform, it doesn't fit. It looks very awkward and doesn't fit right because it wouldn't fit right because it's like
True.
she's piecemealing it from like a little bit from Beck and a little bit from Villanueva, and then later obviously we'll get to that point, but the supervisor is like, why are you wearing black jeans? That's you're not supposed to wear that. So obviously, like, I like that's as opposed to like you see a movie like True Lies and she just turns into a high price hooker with just like a little bit of lipstick and
here's my invitation.
It's it's just like and Arnie with his wetsuit covering his purple. It's like this. It looks awkward on her. Like she looks kind of, but I mean, but at the end, these rich people, they don't really care what the servers. I mean, I've worked big parties where I've done bartending and serving and stuff. They don't really give a shit as long as you come up with some drinks and some food. They don't care what you look like. But I did like the attention to detail there, where it doesn't quite look right, but it's good enough to get her in the door.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's amazing this show where it's like small details these guys pick apart, like little details that matter, but then other shit they get wrong. It's fucking weird sometimes, dude.
Yeah.
So of course these two are still going at it, and of course big guy's like, all right, Reacher, no guns. We do this like men. And like Reacher's like, oh fuck. All right. What's he do? Fucking he hits him, kicks him right in the fucking balls, decks him once in the face, and Reacher's like, look, I got him. He just fucking gets up like, oh, now I'm warming up, and I'm like, oh shit.
Well, do you notice the nuance in the fight with like Reacher is doing as usual. Usually by now Reacher's ended the fight. You know what I mean? Like up to this point in both the movies.
I'll give you this. Remember 3, 1, 2.
Right. In the movies and in the seasons of the show, by now Reacher's if it's one opponent, he's usually taking him down by now. But these tactics that he uses are not working because Paulie's just too big and too tough. So like in the next following scene, after he gets thrown around a little bit, he starts employing some of those jujitsu military police hand-to-hand combat tactics, using the elbow strikes. And, I'm sure Dark Hour knows all the names of all the little moves he was using, but I mean, it's just basic unarmed self-defense.
I think it's, I can imagine, but the choreography between Alan Richardson and this guy is fucking great. But just, the more Reacher's giving him everything, it's like a 4-year-old hitting me. I mean, it's just,
it's basically, it's basically like if you were fighting Alan Richardson.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Neely's back inside, Dean undercover, trying to find Beck. And but he fucking throws Reacher into a damn punching bag. I'm like, Jesus, dude.
I like how Reacher, all through this fight, you can kind of see him using his mind, because he uses the punching bag to like deflect, some of Paulie's hits. He's calling Paulie fatso to get him mad.
Like, he grabs it too, like a fucking baseball bat, and he just knocks him through the fucking barn door. Like, shit, dude. Yeah, as I said, once they're inside the barn there, Reacher's he grabs a 2x4, and Paulie punches it in half like it's like me hitting paper. Like, God damn, you monster, man. And choking the shit out of Reacher, and he's just manhandling him. Yeah, good scene right here for Reacher versus Paulie. Fuck.
Reacher's like, this guy is he's just tanking all these hits that I'm giving him.
But right there, I mean, and I'm impressed by you know what? I know it's been a trope with Alan Richardson trying to be fucking Batman, but goddamn, right here, he is fucking moving and swaying and hitting some of everything he's got.
Facts.
The choreography in this fight, this had to take these guys. This wasn't a 5-minute choreography. This must have took a few months because they are hitting every fucking note and punch. It feels like a goddamn fight between the Juggernaut and the Hulk, man.
It's good. That's good. Good moves,
dude. And Richardson he's like 6'4". Look at that.
I don't think he's that. He can't possibly be that much taller than Richardson, can he?
I mean, well, okay. Richardson says, he says he's 6'3". We'll say 6'4". This guy's 7'2".
Oh wow. Okay. Well, maybe all right then. I guess that makes sense then.
But plus we've seen pictures of him in real life, and it's not joking. But what's Reacher do? Reacher spears him into the friggin' planks right there, and not right there. Throws him again. He grabs a fucking, a shovel. I like the fact the shovel is like a forearm guard. He's hitting him with forearms.
Yeah.
With the shovel.
Smart.
And look at that shit too. Just like, and again, like fucking, look at he's straining, dude. Jesus Christ. And Paul just headbutts it and whacks him again. So he's fighting with the shovel. One point, the shovel gets smacked away, and he's just like, fuck, where's my weapon? And man, the way he just puts him, he just like chokes him easily through that friggin' through the table, and Reacher's just like, holy shit. But smart right there, man. What you do? Go for the fucking eye. I mean, at that point, what else are you gonna do? And of course, it just slows him down. But right there, spears him through the plank of wood. Just everything comes crashing down. Cool, knocks them both the fuck out. All right, poor Billy. He's up there.
I thought this was pretty funny actually, because I'm the plumber. Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna believe that.
What do you? Who are you? I'm the plumber. Sure. This dude, I'm not sure if I saw it coming a mile away. It was so awkward. Like, hey, take your gun out, put it in the toilet. And as soon as he backs up, this guy easily because he's older and kind of fat and slow, and they get into a fight. But it's like the way he
doesn't. He does pretty good for.
Oh no.
Out of shape.
Yeah, definitely. I just like the way we had a gun on him. He's just like, hey, back it up, back in. The way when he looked away, I'm like, dude, a guy half your age and your size, he's gonna have the speed advantage, and well, dude, right there, that had to hurt. He's just fucking bashing his head. There is so much like between this scene and Reacher and Paulie. They're just going back and forth, man. Of course, he gets up like, all right, man, his big ass. Reacher, dude, he's knocked the fuck out. And I'm like, oh, he's got him. What's Paulie do? Grabs a chain. And I'm like, oh shit, man, that ain't good, dude. Let's see, like being choked, asshole. Boy. Now, I've never been hung up like this. I'm not sure how realistic this part is, but Reacher, he's got him choked in. He's like, yeah, fuck you. he walks away like, oh, yes. But Reacher, I've never been choked with a chain. He's with his massive strength. He's just he's dying, but he pulls himself up and basically what goes like, upside down and puts his feet against the wood, and just right there, fucking all of his manliness and strength. And I'm just assuming a guy that size, you could pull yourself back up off a chain rope. I mean, okay.
I mean, he didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody could reach her, but
I love that. I love they reverse it now, and now it's Paulie's turn to be like, "Fuck."
I know,
because he's just like, dude, I got the wrist. he hears the noise, so he pretty much knows what Reacher's just done.
Yeah, yeah, he's just like, "Ah, shit, and all right, motherfucker, now I got a rake, and let's go." But, of course, said Philly, boy, he's just like, "This is a pretty good fight, man." They're going back and forth. I like the fact that, wait, at one point, you hear, like, they turned on the razor. Will this razor be part of the fight? This guy goes for the fucking gun in the toilet, he kicks the razor, like, shit, which would happen. And, dude, fucking that part, it's the reason I captured it twice, where he grabbed what do you do, Toxic, in this situation? Grab the porcelain, top of a toilet, and that shit's a weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking cracks him right over the fucking head and clunk. "Dude, what are you doing here?" He's like, I can rescue you." It's like,
Poor
yeah,
guy.
good job, dude.
That's like blue collar looks like after a night drinking.
Yep, that's at karaoke. What are you doing here? But yeah, these two are going fucking back and forth again, right into the leg. Even Paulie's big ass, dude. That's a fucking metal rake to the leg. That shit gonna hurt. And they're tumbling. I'm not sure how they got to this part of the water, but and they fall into the water, and oh shit. And right here, dude, this is just man versus Mother Nature. I don't care if you're Reacher, if you're Paulie, the fucking undertow is a bitch on top of having a 7'2", 400-pound behemoth trying to murder you. And at one point, the undertow just carries them both off. And I'm like, damn, man, at this point, just not much you can do but just pray. And this shit is up to God at this moment. I do like the fact that at one point underwater, watching it again, Paulie's choking Reacher. What's Reacher do? A desperation hits him right in the fucking leg, and you see the blood splurting out, and Paulie's screaming because that's a fresh wound, dude. That shit's gonna hurt. But can you break a man's trachea that easily underwater? Because he just throat chops him. I'm like,
well, I don't think I mean, we see the scrawl underneath there says crunching, but I don't think he successfully did that, because if he did that, Paulie wouldn't be coming back up. So I mean, I don't know if they were. I don't know what they were trying to do with the closed captions here, but I mean, he definitely didn't break his trachea, because Paulie wouldn't have come back after him.
Well, because Paulie had,
and then even if he did, he would not have been able to talk later. So like, there's just real quick, there's a TV show on HBO called Barry, and he there's an episode where they do it in one long take where he fights this MMA champ that he's hired to go hit, but he doesn't want to hit the guy. So he's just like, "Hey, I'm going to try to get you out of town." But then the guy's like, "Yeah, nah," and just decides to start wailing on Barry. And Barry's getting his ass handed to him, but then he gets like a lucky shot and breaks the guy's trachea, and then that guy can't talk, and he starts not being able to breathe for the rest of the thing until he like gets a wrap around it or something to get it like put back in place. So yeah, if he had actually done that, I don't think Paulie would have gotten out of the water. So that's a little misleading. That
I was almost like, damn, I guess Paulie's dead. The end of Paulie, because Paulie at one point he's like this, and he goes to the bottom, and I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess it's anticlimactic, but like this is
unfortunately someone because I had to wait for the episode to drop. Somebody had spoiled how Paulie was out, so I knew it wasn't like this. I mean, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen in the fight, but I knew he wasn't going out like that. So but yeah, here we go. They get paid off with the supervisor. Now, and this is good too, because so as apprehensive as I am about Neely showing up in seasons she doesn't belong in, like this one, or her upcoming, spinoff, as apprehensive as I am about this, I do like the realism when she pulls her PI badge out and just gives the guy a bullshit story, because like 90% of PI work is being in places you're not supposed to be in, and you can handle it one or two ways. You can handle it like, come up with some completely cockamamie bullshit story, or you can lean into it and give them like a little bit of truth. Yes, I'm a PI, I'm on a case, we got a guy that's stealing blah 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 blah. So she's giving him like a half truth, like, hey, yeah, obviously I'm not really a waiter, and obviously I'm not really supposed to be here, but everybody wants to kind of be a cop, all regular people kind of want to be cop. So like, I can't tell you how many times I've like flashed my PI credentials and then told somebody, hey, I'm following this dude, can you help me out and tell me where he goes? And everyone's always excited to do it.
Yeah, and like she's buttering him up, and of course she's like, that guy Duffy, that bastard. I knew he was stealing. I'll watch him like a hawk. And she's like, I knew it. I could count on you. Good job, buddy. You fucking moron. Like you said too, the detail where he knows like why you had a uniform for, and but no, because I thought like it was just Paulie dying because Mother Nature's stronger than man, and Reacher's like, okay, I'm getting back here.
I mean, which it is, to be fair.
Yeah, so I'm like, because some people could say, well, it's anticlimactic. I'm like, well, Paulie can't fucking beat the ocean. Jesus Christ,
Right.
man. But of course, it's got to be a TV show. And Reacher's going. I'm like, hey, look, I know we hear some rustling. He looks behind him. You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, he gets the whole fuck.
It's
Fuck.
the fuck Arnold versus the Predator. Huh. Jesus. So of course, yeah, Reacher's like, fuck, I'm gonna start jogging quicker. Paulie's fucking following him. Dum. Look in his face like, you bastard. So they're not done yet. Yeah, of course. Quinn's still trying to broker his damn deal. And you see the friggin' the footage right there. Reacher's going for that fucking gun, which you can't blame him. I got the gun. I'm going to kill Paulie. And Paulie makes it there in time. And they're just going back and forth and shit. And hits him with a fucking fire extinguisher, dude. And they're both just taking turns. They're both going for the gun at this point. And now Reacher, and rewatching in slow motion again, he grabs one of the what would you call that big box? The casings or something? Because like with all the extra rounds in it.
Yeah, that's an ammo case.
Okay,
ammo
ammo
box.
case, yeah. He grabs one real quick, and Paulie's like, okay, you shouldn't have fucked me, Reacher, you idiot, because I'm bigger than you, and I'm stronger. And I'm not sure toxic. As soon as I seen this, I'm like, let me ask Wes, how realistic is
Yeah,
this
so
scene?
if you you have to really be an eagle-eyed viewer, but as they're struggling for the
Look at that.
rifle, I don't know if you caught it in the slides or not. It's really like a blink and you miss it.
Yeah, you have to watch
thing,
in slow
but
motion. It's
yeah,
fast.
while they're struggling for the weapon, and Reacher, you can see Reacher put his hand over the carriage where the ammo belt goes into, and you can see him snag around off of there. And then you can, if you, it like I said, it's like a blink and you miss it. You
Yeah.
can see him cramming the round in incorrectly. So like you've watched movies like that terrible Jean-Claude Van Damme movie we watched on Losers Lounge, the Double Impact.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Double Impact?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yep.
Yeah. So there's scenes that like you'll see a character. There's a rule in the military: never fire an untested weapon. They actually pay that off in Reacher season 1 when Roscoe gave him the Desert Eagle, and he's like he clacks a round off just to make sure it works. So you also, if an enemy has touched your weapon, you always rack around, pull back the charging handle to make sure they've not put any obstruction in it or messed it up when they were using it, either by accident or on purpose. So like in that Double Impact movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, he picks up, after he does some kung fu shit, and he picks up his Beretta, he yanks back on the charging handle to eject a round. And the reason you do this is so that somebody doesn't do that to you. Or sometimes the guns, it's called a hang fire, where a round gets stuck in there and the primer has been hit, but it's just cooking off slowly. And then this is exactly what's happening. So this is called a hang fire. And because Paulie is stupid and he's anxious to kill Reacher, he didn't test the weapon. All he had to do was pull back on the charging handle, and he would have known that there was a round lodged in there the wrong way.
Yeah.
He didn't, and he paid the price for it.
No, so there was so much going on with this scene. I just had to make sure to.
You really got to like watch it at like 1/3 speed to be able to see it.
Well, I said I did notice like how fast Reacher did grab like the big extra, the bullet shell casing. I'm like, I guarantee he fucked with that gun on him and it paid off. So, like I said, it's like, you know what, man, you may be bigger and stronger, motherfucker, but I'm smarter.
Yeah,
cliche line. So rest in peace, Paulie. Duffy's trying to find Teresa.
Rest in peace, Paul. What? Rest in peace, Paulie.
Come on.
Are you serious?
He wasn't a bad guy. Come on.
Oh my god. Wait till you see my slides. I'll see if I can change your mind.
He slapped a girl around, but you know,
he slapped her, right? Killed her, bro.
It's like,
okay.
Anyway, yeah. So Teresa, she found her. She's all drugged out. Teresa, come on, look at that. See, come on, she's hot with the boobs hanging out, and you definitely all coked out and shit. Wake up, honey. Wake up, you dumb bitch. Now, Quinn, what's he doing? Got to broker the deal, man. Sorry, gotta keep my appointment tonight. Okay, let's get this shit done. But go outside to the barn for merchandise. Where's what's his face? He's upstairs. He's enjoying his gift. Okay, where's Nasser, by the way? Look, he walks in like, oh yeah, these damn Russians. Oh, are you ready to have some fun?
I'm definitely to have some fun.
I'm definitely not going to grape you. Like that. I hope my kid hasn't drugged you all the life out of you. And he's like, no,
I like a little fight.
Then you're gonna fucking love me, you cocksucker. It's like right there. I should shoot your dick off what you're about to do. It's like, yeah, pretty much. And he breaks down like, hey, listen, thing is, go ahead and shoot me. But things my guy come and shoots you. I'll shoot him first, but then all my men are gonna come up here. you kind of can't shoot me because yeah, you're fuck lady. And she's like,
Yeah, we're still waiting for somebody to kick it off, as if they didn't hear that huge explosion of the M240 Bravo at
well,
the front.
I mean, what do you think? Like, wouldn't all the music kind of muffle that noise?
I doubt it.
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
doubt it. I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Well, of course, but in Reach, well, we have to wait for Reacher to walk into the gun warehouse and shit, pry stuff open. Yep, found some guns here. I don't know what these are. You would more than me.
M16. It's
I know
M16.
about shotguns. He grabs
Really?
fucking shotguns.
You know about shotguns?
Uh-huh.
What kind of shotgun does he have?
It's a shotgun. That's what I
Right.
know.
What's it specifically called?
The shotgun. There's a shotgun in the TV show.
It's called a persuader.
Really? Oh shit! Wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, because I never see persuaders in Call of Duty, so that's a lot of shells.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
Yeah, but in these it's a Reacher. He's putting shells into the shotgun. These poor guys come in and check the merchandise. Oh fuck! Just it's like, of course, Reacher. Man, look at that part was pretty cool. Dude, just like, is that? Yeah. See you, buddy. Doom, and of course, of course now everybody inside hears the shotgun shell.
Yeah, now he's kicked it off now, so now there is no hiding it.
But this poor guy, she wasn't lying though, Toxic. She shot him in the dick.
Right in the mommy daddy button.
Jesus Christ, man. She shot him right in your cock there. And of course she does this, she does like the spin. Second guy comes in and shoots a second guy in the head. Then and she does, to her credit, one headshot. This guy first, she walks white. All right, cool. They're both dead. Reacher and I mean, I know it's a trope for John Wick and Keanu to reload, but is this the way Reacher's walking and putting the shells in? Is that realistic? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's
okay.
Good tradecraft right there.
I mean, I know Keanu can really do it, but it's also for fun. And man, Reacher comes into the fucking kitchen, just freaking blasting away, man.
So I started blasting.
Yep, that's like shooting. Of course, and now everybody in the party, they're all fucking panicking. Get the hell out of here! And Neely's holding her gun. I think pretty good like that.
Yeah, she's good.
Yep. And what's his freaking Quinn? Quinn is easy to just go like damn. Quinn was fucking quick, man. Like
yeah,
boy,
he was quick. It was good.
Holy shit, man! It's too bad this guy. I'd like to see this dude in some more action films because he's fucking fast. And
I've been meaning to ask you, is the guy that plays Quinn McCabe, is he the bad guy in the last season of Cobra Kai, or am I just being racist?
Could be that too. Yes. Right now, look it up for you at the moment and see. So,
I mean, you can get back to me on it. I don't need to know now, but I just been curious if he was that same guy.
Yeah, well, his name is Brian T. Okay. Let's see. He just said, he's basically just known from, he's alive, Brian T. I was looking while we're here, while you're talking about something. Known for, he was in the Wolverine, Jurassic World. Yeah, nothing we've really, I mean, stuff like that. It's like Chicago Fire, Lucifer. Yeah, nothing big like that. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, fair enough.
Yeah. Now they're trying to kill Neely, and she's taking cover, shooting guys. Duffy's getting out of it with Teresa. Get the fuck out of here. And boy, him and this kid, he's just like his hard on for this poor kid. Come on with me, little fucker. Right now, but he's not lying. Right now, you're more used as a hostage, so I need to keep you alive. But stay here while I get more firepower in your fucked up ear. Now, apparently, these guns, they weren't just there for show. These guns do work. And of course, what you do? Grab the fucking Uzi. It's such a trope. And hey, you know what? The toy gun, it's there. Awesome. I'm gonna shoot you, son of a bitch. He's like,
this guy runs guns for a living. He's a gun collector.
He's like, did you know
this is the best that he can come up with is the toy.
Yes.
The toy gun.
How dare you touch my son? But you know what's too? He's like one thing, and I'm not even like a military man, but if you have a gun against a trained killer like McCabe, don't do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean.
But yeah, he's pissed off. You touched my son, you son of a bitch. And look at that. Awesome. Look at that toy gun. It definitely won't. Oh, shit. Like, where the hell's Geralt again? He's like, as it comes down, oh, fuck.
This is exactly what he was thinking. As soon as that thing started to melt and fall, this is what he was thinking.
Like, oh, God. No, God, please, no.
Yep. Yeah, so you couldn't keep it hard there, son. And
yikes.
Yeah, Quinn's like fucking Quinn just, man, dude, I'm not sure about bullets, but Jesus Christ, he fucking unloads into him.
Yeah, he does.
You piece of fucking shit, you want to shoot at me? And yeah, Beck is dead. But and of course, as people talked about Uzi.
R.I.P. Beck.
Yeah. um, you know, how many people said this stuff that talks, this Uzis are not that accurate.
No, they are not.
He's just fucking
No.
oh shit, like a kid.
And that's the thing about when weapons are on automatic, when you depress the trigger, the first thing that they do is they go hot. They start to climb and they go up.
Yeah.
You really gotta control them to keep them on target because they will climb, and that's pretty accurate. That's exactly what would happen.
But I mean, I guess the human body is funny where he's still got a couple moments of life left. And Richard, I mean, I've only been shot 13 times, but Richard, son, before I die, wouldn't let them hurt you again, son. I was true to my word.
We should have gotten the clip from Halloween Kills where he just keeps yelling, "Evil dies tonight."
Actually, let's see. I found another clip right here. This is so far. So Beck is gone, Paulie's gone, and everyone's fucking dying toxic. So I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here.
Indeed.
But Neil comes and Neil is like, "Damn, kid, sorry your dad's dead," and that sucks. Okay.
Sorry your dad's dead.
No. Quinn's running. Reacher, he's pissed. Like, you know what, man? I got you, Beck. I mean, got Beck. What, Quinn? You're gonna die. This poor guy's shooting. Nice bullet hole right here. Probably post effects, but turns around, blasts the son of a bitch. You're dead. Cool. Quinn makes it out. Hey, look who showed up. The Russians. Oh fuck. Mr. Taktarov, I was just on my way to see you. Where is my money? Where's the money at? Sorry, guys. He's mine. Okay. Well, now here's a problem. Who the hell is this monster? I didn't know Reacher was very fluent in Russian.
Yeah.
Someone's got no problem with you, but the problem is, my name's Reacher. Okay. He tells them basically, I want Quinn, and they're just like, so many guns, you're all alone. Oh, he's not alone. He's got Duffy in the background. She shows up, and then we got Villeneuve there, 2 guns, and everyone pops up. So where's Teresa? She's safe in the bushes next to me. Don't worry.
Yeah. She's totally not in harm's way at all.
Exactly.
Totally
Almost like, yeah. But he goes, you see, Reacher, the problem is I have people to answer to. Can't let you have Quinn. Of course, what happens? Neely shows up. Hey, listen, I got a big duffel bag full of money. Here you go. Give my goddamn money. And she's like, we'll just make a trade. And what you do, the whole cliche, okay, well, he's like, what if I just take everything? I got a grenade. And this close range, it'll probably just only kill me, but still.
She pulls a Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It's a thermal detonator.
I mean, again, just more than me, but she's about like 4 feet from this Russian dude. I mean, this wouldn't really hurt him, would it? I mean, she's going to take most of the impact.
Yeah, it wouldn't feel good.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely going to only kill, but it's going to kill her and Reacher before the Russian guys.
Yeah, I mean, if she lobbed it at him, I mean.
Yeah. But still, he's not taking that chance. We came for the money. We're going to leave it to money. All right, cool. As long as I deliver to my friends back home, we're out of here. Good evening, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Reacher.
Mr. Wick. I mean, the Reacher, you are.
I had a feeling too. He's like, man, you want to put that grenade back in, kid? Yeah, it's a
so
bluff.
if you watch episode 1, you can see when he first meets Beck, that is actually sitting on Beck's desk.
And she says it was a fucking paperweight. Yep. Go see the kid Billy. And she's like, yeah, I called the ambulance for Teresa. It'll take a while to get here. A long time, Reacher. Take your time. And of course, freaking Neil is like, man, boss, do what you gotta do. So now finally, Reacher, after 10 years, an entire season, it's him and fucking Quinn one-on-one. You son of a bitch. And yeah, and he still doesn't remember. Listen, dude, Reacher, whatever your problem is, I have no problem with you. We can work it out. And he's like, you really don't remember me, do you? Really? And all that matters, her name was Dominique. And then you get the fucking whole flashback. This was pretty cool, man. Look at that, the detail, because we didn't see this in a flashback. They showed a frontal shot.
Yeah, we didn't.
And just good makeup job on these guys. But I liked it just real quick, showing this is what Reacher, when he walked up, because remember, we saw it from her POV, or the body's POV, and Reacher's reaction. This is what he's looking up to. Like, that's why he's motherfucker, man. Like,
oh yeah, facts.
Yeah. And right there, and that then just all comes back to him. Like, wait a second, you're the guy who shot me. Now look, Reacher, because he sees it and he's like, now you remember. Fucker. And say right here before he does that.
Wrong.
Motherfucker. I watched it again. I guess he had to, do a wide shot because of the special effect. But dude, he fucking who decapitates somebody with a shotgun? Holy shit. It's just fucking. But obviously, at that range, that's exactly what would happen, right?
Right.
Yep.
Correct.
fucking decapitation, fatality. All right, so Quinn is dead. All right, everybody's here. The sheriff's ATF, and yeah, Reacher, I'm not sure what I want to do. And he goes, yeah, you do. Just, hey, listen, before all the feds freeze your father's bank accounts, get what you can. Get the fuck out of here, kid. So take whatever money's with you. And today's that day. Get out of here. Which is clip.
Sad.
All
Sad
right.
crying. Yeah.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
You're crying. I'm not crying.
I'm so sad. But I mean, they won. Everybody's happy. Oh God, anyway, he's so hot. But they won a day. But and it is cool that he's like my father. He did the best he could with me. I just wish I would have got more time with my dad when he was alive, not being a piece of shit. But yeah, it says right there, but kid, spend a lot of time in your past. He goes, take care of yourself and don't dwell on the past. He goes, Reacher, what do you do when you can't run away from the past? I find it, then I kill it. It's like the way he looks at him too, like so matter of fact. All right, Reacher, calm down. Billy, how you doing, Reacher? Hey, you ready to hang it up?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I would have lost the bingo betting money. I did not see him making it.
Really?
I thought it was gonna be a whole nother, he was 2 weeks away from retirement, like the New York cop from season 2. Like, I did not see him making it through this. Did you?
I was 50-50 because I was kind of like wondering if like, is he
50-50, so either yes or no?
Yeah. With this show, you can't tell, man. The whole like I'm too this from retirement trope, but they had to give him the happy ending and shit. But so you're gonna retire? Yes, Reach, I'm retiring. He goes, well, have spent a couple more decades with Maureen. In your shape, you don't have a couple of decades. He's like, when I was your age, Reacher, I could have kicked your ass.
No,
He's like, no, you couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
He's like, no, I couldn't. But still, and like I like the whole mutual respect is just a handshake, like, all right, man, see you, take care of yourself. But just like it's just that small camaraderie, man. It was cool. But had to go with the ATF. Duffy, I did a pretty good job. I lied and everything and told them, and yeah, it's time for me to move on. No shit. He's like, what about the DEA? Yeah, I'm fired. Pretty much.
I'm fired.
What he says, where if you want a job, I do know a few PIs. And speaking of PIs, you and Neely were off the hook. I took care of it and told them the truth. Yeah, pretty much. You guys are ex PIs MPs. You investigated what happened to Quinn. The Russians. Yeah, Russians killed them. Okay, let's go with that. But so Reach, about you and me after we slept together, and I'm not the one to get attached. She gives him the whole fucking speech.
Rossi, you are nothing but a whore.
She gives Reacher the speech. Reacher, you and me, we were pretty heightened, but I'm not one to get attached. I like being solo. And right now, I'm tempted to take you to that barn right now and like relive the best parts of last night in the barn in the bed. But I'm not the kind of girl, Reacher. I just want to hit it and quit it. I'm better at doing my own thing. But she's like, yeah, but of all the random guys who've been fucking in hotel rooms, you're my favorite.
Nice.
Like, there you go.
That makes me feel good.
And I was like, damn, man, you stole my speech. Because he was gonna tell it to her anyway. Like, listen, I'm not staying. Once I'm done fucking you, okay. I killed Quinn. I'm leaving town, but you beat me to it. All right. My grandfather would have called you a throwback into half. That's really cool. And get your last kiss, last smooches on. All right. And of course, what's she doing? Eating again, man. You're always eating, and you look like that. It's bothering me. She's puking afterwards. But Neely's like, yeah, let her down easy, Reacher. No, she did it for me. But you want a bagel? He goes, yeah. Can't really chew that good. My teeth are loose because Paulie fucked him up. Reacher figured out why do what you do for, because you hate the big guy. You hate the big, powerful, smoke sons of bitches. He goes, Neely, you just figured this out now? Yeah. But Reacher's anti-bully, and usually he's the biggest guy in the room. He hates bullies. What a great guy. I thought you knew me, Neely. All right. And we get, the montage. The montage, they're playing the fucking nice music, and here we go. Reacher, what's he find? Oh, look at that bike, dude. Beck just happened to have a brand new fucking nice shiny motorcycle that Reacher can get on as he drives away. They're playing the montage, and fucking Beck's son is grabbing as much money as he can. I mean, who knows?
Nice.
$2 million. Just grab what you can do, because the fucking feds are going to be here any second. Get the fuck up out of there. And Villian in his busted up car, and he gets to see his wife, and like, you're home finally. I retired. They didn't die, which, we were kind of wondering. What happens is a Reacher. I did like too, as they're playing the music, he looks over, sees a kid, sees Reacher, and like as you always say with different seasons, Reacher, he makes quasi friends, but this is goodbye. I mean, because he's not the kind of person to stay around. He's going his way. You know, they're going their own separate ways. And what's Duffy do to the grandmother? Oh, my little girl, my baby, she's back. Oh, my innocent sweet girl that was volunteering. She definitely wasn't a CI and being drugged up, and she's a virgin too. my precious. And I do like Matt at the end, just as Reacher does, just freaking playing some sweet music on a motorcycle and just playing off to the sunset. And dude, look at that wide shot. Fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Really happy. So that's the end of Reacher. I mean, you know, he does, he killed the bad guys, saved the day, and Reacher just like, you know, he does a Reacher. Instead of getting onto a bus, he just rides off in the sunset, and we'll see him for season 4.
Yeah.
And that's
season 4. So
that's in Reacher.
So as promised, I did come up with book. There's a lot. There's a lot of nitpicky stuff. I've just done the broad strokes here of Persuader. Persuader's the seventh novel in the series, 2003. So this is the 3rd season. So, you know, obviously they're being told out of order. I got it. I'll move the slides. So some of the biggest differences on the show, Beck's wife is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And she is a supporting character. And unfortunately, some really bad stuff happens to her in the story, which
Sure.
you rethink R.I.P.
Yeah.
Paulie, but we'll get to that in a second. Paulie. In the book, Paulie is a hulking enforcer, kind of similar to pretty much the same thing. He's bigger than Reacher, but instead of being Dutch, as the actor is, he is Italian, and his name's Massarella. Paulie abuses the mom as a way to assert dominance over
Holy
her
shit.
husband. Yeah, so pretty much every night he's going in the bedroom and essaying the mom.
Jesus, sick
But
fuck.
beyond that, pretty much everything with him does pretty much stay the same. So you see Reacher here on his little boot phone that they gave him at the beginning when he was still doing undercover stuff. The communication device in the heel of Reacher's boot. In the book, it's a little different because obviously the book was written in 2001, 2002, and came out in 2003. So, you know, they have like a way for him to email her. Not really sure how that would have worked better, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think he just a way he could like dead drop an email. But, you know, on the show, obviously this is 2025, so he can have a little tiny cell phone with a extended battery. So we got Dominique here. Cole, the flashback about Sergeant First Class Dominique is parceled out over a longer period of time in the book to give you a bunch of little pieces, as opposed to in the show where it's just like dumped on us all in one episode. What happens is basically the same. In the book, Reacher and Cole are kind of attracted to each other, which obviously they didn't do that. Thank God for the show. Reacher turns her down and when she asks him out and then later kind of regrets it. She's basically killed the same way on the same reasons under the same circumstances. So very glad they didn't pursue that. That would have been weird. So we got Duffy. So in the book, Susan Duffy is described as a federal agent from DC. She's not from Boston, no cheesy accent, no quippy one-liners. She still winds up banging Reacher, and she's still woefully incompetent in the book. But she doesn't get all that, like, you know, she's very likable in the show. At least I liked her in the show. She's kind of a one-note character in the book. So that's kind of interesting. Teresa here, I didn't get a good picture of her from the show. I couldn't get a still of her from the show. So that's just her actress IMDb picture, the chick that plays her. So this is very interesting. So in the book, she is actually another DEA agent. And Duffy can't report her missing because they were not even supposed to be doing that off the books investigation. So she wasn't a CI. And on the show, Reacher discovers she's taken because he found that hoop earring. Remember in season or episode 1 or 2? And in the book, she actually like scratched her name and the date she was held onto the floor, which seems, you know, I mean, you can kind of get away with stuff like that in the book, but on a TV show, they kind of had to streamline it. I think, what's your thoughts? Does it work better as her a CI, or would it be better if she just stayed as a DEA agent?
I mean, it's not like I think it just comes down to overall Duffy has an attachment to her. So I guess like for dramatic purposes, her being a CI is more for guilt, like why she's so obsessed with this, because the bottom line is it's her fault. I mean, it would still be kind of her fault in the sense that if they were friends with the DEA, but it's more on Duffy now because you're the reason she's there.
Yeah.
There's awesome.
So, so in the book, it's really weird. Reacher doesn't actually come face to face with Quinn. He's just alluded to. You see him at the very beginning, which was what kicks everything off, and then he comes in at the very end. So still has the memory thing kind of going on, but the interesting thing is like we have that episode in like 5 or 6 where they meet up in the at the drop for the deal, and then he gets introduced, and he's thinking, hey, I might have to shoot my way out of here if he recognizes me. And so it's kind of a tense moment. He doesn't. Like I said, he is brought in a lot earlier in the show, and because of that warehouse scene, it brings a lot of attention. And in the end, he doesn't blow his head off with the Persuader shotgun. He stabs him in the head. So, and of course, this is the big one, Neely. So, as I've said many times before, season 1 and this season, the book versions of these, Killing Floor and Persuader, Neely is not there. She's not in the story at all. She's very, his friend and former military colleague, Frances Neely, played by Maria Sten. She's not a character in Persuader. And General Neely's role is expanded for the show to give it another character who carries over season to season, which is, by the way, that's what I told you way back in season 1. I said the reason they're probably going to keep bringing her back is so they have some sort of, like continuing character, because Reacher keeps moving from place to place and having different characters, and you don't see too many repeating characters. One thing I didn't know is that, as we know now, there's a spinoff in the works. Me personally, I like some of the scenes she's in, and I think you and Luke agree with me on this, but tell me if I'm wrong. I don't like how she's shoehorned in so much, and I don't feel super great about the spinoff series. I think she works better in small doses. Is that a mutual feeling on that? Or,
yeah,
I know you kind of like her. I mean, she's certainly easy on the eyes.
Well, also
her getting her own show is weird to me.
Well, I was gonna say, like, overall, like you said, I think she does work well with Reacher, but also she doesn't. Like, that was part of the criticism with season 2, was kind of like Reacher was a fucking moron, and Dixon and Neely became kind of like almost like, hey, I'm praising them. He does still praising this one, but also we've seen the finale. It's still Reacher's show in this, and it's also him versus Paulie. And she doesn't in this season. She doesn't take away from Reacher. She definitely adds. She helps out, but I feel like she does compliment him in this season. She definitely, she doesn't girl boss and take over the fucking show. It's not like that's a problem with.
I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. So as I've told you before, anyone who's ever watched the TV series Life, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, The Rookie, there's an Armenian actress named Sarah Shahi, Person of Interest. She was actually really good in. And when I read the books, 10, 15 years ago, and Neely started popping up, she is more described to look like Sarah Shahi. And she's the person I always envisioned for, she's not tall, statuesque with like a huge rack and eating sugary stuff all the time. She's much more similar to the Sarah Shahi character. Now, they probably didn't do that because Sarah Shahi is so iconic in Person of Interest, which is also a really good show, by the way.
Yeah.
Her character there is sort of this. She's very much like what Neely is written like. In fact, I would be willing to bet you that the writers of Person of Interest kind of stole the idea for Neely, because she's portrayed very differently on the show than she is in the books. In the books, she's sort of like a female version of Reacher, a tiny little, angry badger, version of Reacher. So she's definitely the person, and they don't really tell what her ethnicity is. She's not black, she's not white, she's maybe Hispanic, sort of, kind of. And I felt like Sarah Shahi kind of embodies that, because you're not really sure what exactly. She's played all of that and none of that at the same time, and she just comes, and she's like this tiny little ferocious, demon. And she still has in the book, she still has the whole I don't like to be touched things, but this sugary cereal, Cocoa Puffs and gamer shit, that's stuff, that's affectations made up for the show. And I'm really worried with her spinoff show if they're gonna do that. So the only other big
one thing I want to say to you real quick is that, like, in season 2, I know season 2 has issues. The one thing I do like, though, I still like when he was dying, Russo, and she remember she held his hand.
That was cool. Yeah,
facts. It's definitely said season 2's got problems, but that's like, there are still.
No, that was a great scene.
Yeah, there are still segments season 2 I did like.
Breaks her no contact rule. And holds his hand as he passes away because he went out like a rock star. No, fact. So probably the biggest difference between the show, I know this is a lot, I'll read it out, I'll just give you the broad strokes. So episode 7, which was the penultimate episode, the LA story one, it's completely different. There's nothing like it in the book. So there's the Reacher and Duffy conflict isn't there. There's only one scene that it happens in the books. It's very, very different. There are some of the changes are what they might have made the scene with Reacher and Duffy eating chowder for breakfast with Teresa's grandma. That was just inserted to remind viewers the stake that, Teresa's still missing, and, Duffy feels very, very guilty about it. But in the book, she's almost entirely off camera, off camera, off book, off narrative, whatever you want to call it. Duffy's care and feelings for letting Teresa get caught is the reason that they show that. Neely gets involved to help set up for her spinoff. No other real reason to have her in that scene. Beck and Richard's heart-to-heart happens in order for us to see Beck as a flawed man, but not an outright bad man. That's not really done in the book. The scene where Reacher, Duffy, and Villanueva tell the ATF about the death of the undercover agent, it does happen because it would be insane not to tell the ATF about it, but Reacher's anger about his plan to get revenge on Quinn being threatened is the thing that creates tension between him and Duffy. And it's added in the show to increase tension going into the finale. So like I said, I have a lot of problems with, it's not a coincidence that I had so many issues with episode 7, LA story, because it diverges so much away from the source material, and we get the stupid boat thing, and it's cool, but it's like, dude, you don't need to throw in an action set piece. This is what I do like about the new Daredevil. It's like, I don't need to see constant kung fu and gun battles and stuff. If I want that, I'll turn on John Wick. So, and again, I don't want a whole dry episode either. So, just give me a little taste of it here and there. But if it's a constant barrage of kung fu and gun battles, then after a while, it just gets lame. So I guess at the end of the day, what is my toxic take? Now, I know you haven't read it. So, which is better, the novel or the show? Well, surprisingly, I do think the show is better. I think the show is better just for no other reason. And there's a lot of reasons, but if for no other reason, as I've said before, and I will probably say it again, Richardson imbues this character with so much personality and charm that it's really hard not to enjoy it, because Luke or Northern English Bastard is now finding out. He's reading some of the books and he's noticing that Reacher's just kind of an asshole, and he doesn't get these quippy dialogues. He doesn't get one-liners. He doesn't come off as anything other than just a douche waffle. You follow him because he's the protagonist, but you're just reading him and you're just like, dude, me, when I write characters, I want you to be able to root for the character. So
also gonna mention this season, we got to see Reacher's ass, which that was so awesome.
Gay!
God. He's got a nice ass.
But yeah, that's it. That's the big. There's also little differences. If you want a more in-depth analysis, I'll send you the link, and you can maybe put it in the description of this video once you go live with it. But there's a pretty good article in Men's Health magazine where some of the stuff that even I didn't notice, I did pull from that. But there's a lot more nitpicky stuff that I just didn't think was worth the time to push us past an hour, which we already have. So,
yeah, definitely. There's people out there that'll make with more free time than us.
You could make a whole video of just all the differences, but I think those are the big broad strokes, and I think those are the only ones that are super duper noticeable. But again, at the end of the day, like I said, I stand by. I did like this one episode being a little wobbly. Doesn't make for a whole bad season. So overall, good season. I would probably put them in order of season 1, this season, and then season 2. That's probably how I would do that.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with you. This is stronger than season 2, not as good as season 1. And I think, this is 8 episodes in. As people have said, there's definitely some slow points to the season. I didn't hate it. Obviously, Richardson, he owns the fucking character. His deadpan humor, his acting's good. Anthony Michael Hall, the acting was never bad in the show, but there was a couple of times definitely watching it where you felt like the pace could have been better because it was kind of slowing down. And it's just criticism. It's I'm still invested. Trust me, I still want to see season 4. And if it keeps up the fucking pacing, I'll watch 20 seasons of Reacher. But I do hope that these guys listen. Season 3 is more right on track, but for season 4, got to keep up better pacing because people listen. You know, what toxic. We live in a TikTok generation, boys and girls, and Instagram Reels and the Facebook Shorts, and you just got to keep it going. Don't have people like us. Yes, we can do episode by episode breakdown, but like a lot of people don't have the patience they used to, and there's slow, and then there's also like padding. You know, there's definitely some padding this season.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, would you say I hate doing a rating system, but like, I mean, not like not a 10 out of
We can
10.
do a rating. Yeah, we can
What's
do
I'm
it.
saying? Like, I mean, definitely not a 10 out of 10, but it's not like, I mean, maybe a
I'm
solid.
going to give this season a solid 8.
Okay, I mean, I was gonna say like 7.5, but I mean,
Yeah,
I'll say
I don't like to
7.5.
split hairs. I'll just
Okay.
say 8. A solid 8.
So I'll go with 7 then, just to make it fun. But yeah, but I mean, either way, so we still had fun watching every episode.
Oh, for
Had our
sure.
had our criticisms, definitely better
And
than
the
season 2.
the finale does pull it up, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I would have preferred if the penultimate episode, the episode before the finale, had been a little stronger and not diverge so much from the material so that the finale didn't have to carry so much, but that's fine. I'm okay with it. I liked it. You know, I think it was a strong season finale. Any of the changes are not none of the did any of those things I just mentioned, did any of those like hurt? Like knowing that, did any of that hurt how you like do you wish any of that was still in the story and you felt like it hurt the narrative really? Or does it doesn't even matter really?
Yeah, no, based on what you said, I mean, it doesn't seem like it hurts it, and then
I mean, maybe the
Yeah.
wife being there would have added another element, but you know, especially with the Paulie being a monster thing. But we already had Beck being a pretty big monster, so I'm okay with it. None of it. There's stuff that you can do in a book that you really can't do in a show or in a movie. You gotta cut it down. You have to.
Yeah.
There's no other. You have to. Like it's just got to be done.
And plus, you said like criticisms, like the girl played Dominique. That was kind of that was a weak episode, and her acting was kind of not the
Facts.
best. So,
Yeah,
but we're also
facts.
critical about that. I still said watching this again and going through the stills, the Reacher versus Paulie fight. It's so well choreographed and such a
No,
good
it was
fucking
great.
fight,
That was
man.
a great
You
fight.
know? Yeah,
And that's something you can't get in a book. You got to have that in.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, all right, man. Well, cool.
yeah,
Well,
definitely. I mean,
another one knocked down.
I'm not sure because you know, obviously more of me with the books. Has season 4 has it been announced which book they're adapting?
No, but I do have a prediction. Bear with me for 1 second.
Yeah, sorry, my phone was going off. Our buddy Northern English is like, oh, sorry, lads, I couldn't make it. I was doing stuff today, but I'm making my stills for his stream later. You're doing Millennium Actress, huh? Okay, cool. I don't remember that
So,
movie. Let me do the. So, where is it?
worth dying for.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Worth
Okay.
dying for. So this one is like the 11th or 12th in the series, and Reacher winds up in Nebraska,
Okay.
and he winds up defending a lady that gets beat up by her husband, and then accidentally gets embroiled in like a human trafficking thing.
Yeah.
It's a really tight story, and it works really good.
Hmm.
And it's a Reacher by himself, no team, no backup, it's just Reacher against the bad guys.
Yeah.
You know, messing people up, and that's really what the core books are really about. And if they were going to do that, I think it would be good. I would hope that if they do that, and with the fact that Neely has her own spinoff show, that they don't shoehorn in there. But I mean, we know this. There's 29 books. There'll be 30 by the end of this year,
Jesus.
right? So there's 29 books, and they've already done 2 movies. We know that, and we know those aren't going to get made into a series because they've already established very, very cleverly. They've already established that those are canon within the show. So the 2 movies have already happened. So that leaves, I don't know, what's 29 minus 5? 24. So there's 24 possibilities. That one I just mentioned, Worth Dying For, is one of them. Richardson has indicated that his favorite novel of the series, I don't believe for a second he's read all the books, but let's assume that he's telling the truth. His is Die Trying, which is very similar to the one that but they could really, there's also been talk that they'll go back to the original, which is The Enemy, which is a flashback story told completely in the past, where Reacher was still an Army MP major before he was doing special investigations, but after he was already he's a provost marshal, so which is basically like an MP chief of police. So they may do that,
Huh.
and which is coincidentally the first book I ever read, and it's also the first book in the timeline. So it could be that, or it could be neither. It could be something completely different. I was wrong about this season. I did not think they were gonna make Persuader season 3, but I wasn't surprised about season 2. But this one, I was very surprised that they decided to cleverly put the movies into the canon, into the timeline, which means that those are off, like those aren't going to be touched. You basically, if you watch those movies, you have to just like you have to mentally head canon Richardson into the role and just know that those have already happened, and we're not going to see those stories take place. So yeah, they got a lot of books to. It's not like Game of Thrones where they're going to run out of material.
Yeah.
If this show goes on, they've got by the end of this year they'll have 30 books. Plus, there's like 10 short stories. So
Yeah, I was trying to
crazy.
find
They have a crazy amount of Reacher material.
definitely season 4 is confirmed. No confirmation about it. They're gonna do 5, 6, 7, 8 because it
Yeah.
all comes down to they'll make the seasons will last as long as the viewership is up. If the viewership dips, they stop. If the viewership
Sure.
is fantastic, like I said, I joke, but like, hey, listen, Supernatural lasted 15 seasons because
Yeah,
it
facts.
had
Yeah.
a consistent fan base. Simple as
Yeah.
that. You can love or hate the show.
I could see this. I could see this going like 10,
Yeah.
15 seasons. I could really see that.
Odds right there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You got knocked the fuck out fighting Paulie. But
Yikes.
yeah, so and I will say this before we head out, Toxic, that I
Yeah.
know some people would say, like, this show overall is a dumbed down action show. Well, you read the fucking books. Reacher is not a complicated character. It's not
No,
meant to be.
he's not meant to be. No.
Yeah. So I mean, is it just a cheesy, over the top action show? And even Lee Child has said Lee Child did not write Reacher to be realistic. That's
No.
the thing. So
No.
yeah, I mean, so for what it is the overall character in the show, it is just like, remember, you and me are old enough. We grew up in the days of Arnie and Stallone and Van Damme and Seagal, but I'm not watching Reacher for. I do appreciate the military realism, but just Reacher is what he is. And I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
I also appreciate how Richardson, like I said, has made the character his own. I do like that.
Yeah.
It better than Tom Cruise was able to pull off. But all right, man, I got to get going with my day. But thank
Yeah,
you for
if you
doing
want, we'll
this.
see what happens. I'm not against covering the Neely show because there hasn't been any Neely books, so it could be shit or it could be good. I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't feel like I won't have as much expertise to bring to that show as I do with this. But I mean, yeah, I'd be down. I'll be down for it.
Cool. All right. See you next time.
All right.